Hello everyone and welcome back to Every Other Saturday. So in today's video we're going to discuss the defeat at home to St Johnstone in the Cup. So guys, as you can imagine, this video is going to be a bit downhearted, not exactly overly thrilled. Sat and tried to kind of get my thoughts together for this one to try and put it out and be a little bit more fair than I would be than just hitting you with emotional anger, but we'll see how we get on. But first, as always guys, if you're enjoying the content and enjoying the videos, please feel free to get down there and slap a wee like and hit the subscribe button. Share us all over your socials as well and get down there in the comments and interact and help the channel continue to keep growing. But guys, as disappointed as I am, let's not waste any more time and dive straight into today's video.
Every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland.
Well guys, let's not be kidded, it's a bit doom and gloom after a game like that. We started poorly, got a bit better in the game, and once again we just don't take our chances as much as we should have. But the main defining aspect was that last kick of the ball. Once again, cup competition, silly lapse in judgment, we lose that goal. It makes it worse that it was a goalkeeper that went up, as much as he might not have actually put the ball in the net with his own header and that, whoever it was, tapped it in. Still sucks that we did not pay attention to that one loose man in the box. But lots to discuss tonight guys, so let's break the video down. So guys, let's not be kidded, when we look into this from start to finish, yes it was disappointing, but all the way up to the last kick of that ball in the 90 minutes, you could have turned around and said that it was a possible chance to snatch the victory, because St Johnstone played very well. They did everything they could to break us down, they kept the pace up, they played well through the middle of the park, and they did everything exactly the same as through the week. But the problem is, we didn't up our game from Wednesday. We came out and we said, oh, there was 7 changes and etc, but when we come out in the Cup there's going to be all the standard players are back and that level of performance will come back. And see, to be honest with you, there wasn't a lot of them tonight that had that. I'm even going to put it out there to say that they didn't look like they wanted to win, but they did come back into the game in small spells. They get the fantastic goal, I can't deny that. The goal was great from Tav, it really was. It came out of nowhere. And to be honest, I really didn't expect it to be him. I actually thought it was Roof that put the ball in the net. But that header was fantastic. And again, a lapse in concentration after that leads us into extra time. When you look at the game from start to finish, we had a few players there that could have been the ones that turned the tide for us, that we normally would look to in games and times like this where we need a wee bit of fight, we need a wee bit more of a spark. And I'll pull Ryan Kent out of there, right? Ryan Kent was one of them tonight where 1 minute he looked like the best player on the pitch and he was always going to score a goal, but then 2 minutes later the ball would come to him, he would try and stop it and the ball would go past him. It was so stop start and pass fail for all of the game with all of those players. And again, I'm trying not to be too overly critical on the players as a whole, because see, if I'm brutally honest, it was the substitutes annoyed me tonight. Yes, we got Scott right on the park, and I feel like he made more of a input to the game than Hadji did. And again, that's more just along the lines of pace. You had Scott Wright coming on. He brought a wee bit of spark again and a bit of movement up front where Hadji was maybe lacking. Now, the one that got me was Alfredo Morelos. I did not think that Morelos was the right man to bring off. Not at that time anyway, especially when it was getting so close to the end. If you look at Alfie through the game, there was a lot of play that we needed him tonight, where he was winning the ball and bringing it down and getting it to somebody else. And he was on the end of a couple of headers. I'm not going to lie, he did put them in the net, but that's not Alfredo Morelos' fault. Yes, you could argue that the headers could have went in a different direction, made the keeper work hard enough. But let's not be winding people up here tonight, guys. Xander Clark played a blinder, and I don't care who it would have been in front of him tonight. Xander Clark was keeping that ball out the net. I think Tav was lucky to get the goal past him because he was playing so well. It was just a well-timed cross and beautiful header from Tav that managed to get past him. But Alfie was working so hard for the team. And again, you guys will know I can be quite critical of Alfredo Morelos, but see, tonight I thought it was a terrible decision to take him off, because if somebody was going to score, other than Tav apparently, I thought it was going to be him. If we were having a substitute to come on, maybe maybe halfway through the final half of extra time, maybe bring him off for Defoe for the penalties if that's the way it was going to go. But Morelos coming off was a disappointing one for me tonight, because I thought he might have been the one that would have turned it, because he had that many chances. One of them was due to go in. Let's face it, how many times did McCoy's get 7 chances in a game and only put 1 in the net? It's just one of those things, guys. Slightly disappointed me to see him coming off tonight, because I thought he was going to be the defining aspect, let's put it that way, up front, because he was working so hard for the team. Another man that worked his socks off tonight, let's not be kidded, guys, Connor Goldson, once again. I feel that there may have been a couple of back passes and stuff like that going the wrong way. Difficult sometimes to work our way out of the back, but Connor Goldson made the tackles and made the challenges as per usual. And I was relatively surprised at how quick they were. St Johnstone's front line were trying to get through a back 3 and 4, to be honest, all night. You can see sometimes when Tav was getting up as well, the space was behind them. Now again, I'm not slagging Tav's defensive rate, I don't mean that. Tav's been out for a long time, so getting back up to that level he was at before he got injured would be very difficult in 2 games, so there's no chance that you can call that a diss on Tav. But you can see that space in behind, and Connor Goldson did everything he could to make that up tonight, so once again I have to give Connor Goldson a pass mark as well. Couple of mistakes from Barisic, couple of mistakes for Helander, couple of mistakes for Tav as well. It's one of those nights. The mistakes were only highlighted because St Johnstone played so well. These are the kind of games that you don't get that buffer time, if you understand what I mean there. You don't get that buffer, as you can make a mistake but it doesn't get picked up because you're playing and you're scoring and you're getting through. When St Johnstone were so fired up and set up correctly tonight, let's not be kidded, it was incredibly difficult to break them down. They had their own merit in going forward as well. I said this in the game before as well, that I didn't think that they did have a lot of merit going forward, but tonight I think they did. O'Halloran, when he came on as well, I feel like that was an injection of pace that just got us at the wrong time, to be honest. I think that was when we were starting to kind of wane at the end of the game. So it was very good decisions, to be fair, from the St Johnstone manager. So it's one of them, guys. I don't want to be overly critical on the game because it was a well matched game. We might not have been at our best, but St Johnstone were very, very close to it, and when that happens, that balance starts to tip in the opposite direction. So on the 90 minutes, no, we did not deserve the draw, to be fair. I feel that we edged it. I think the 1-0 over the 90 minutes should have been fair enough, but not picking up Zander Clark in the middle of the box when he comes up for a corner in the 93rd or whatever it was minute. This is when things like that start to bite you in the backside. 30 minutes of extra time, nobody managed to break through. It looked like it could have went either way. It was one of those kind of sweeping motions. The first half was kind of more us, the second half was kind of more them, let's not be kidded. It's a kind of break in the middle, I suppose, where it was a wee bit 50-50, but not much to separate it. And when it gets all the way to the end of extra time and you know that penalties are coming, it's a toss of a coin. I mean, we have Alan McGregor in nets, but they also had an on fire Zander Clark. So when you look at it and you see Alan McGregor, you think we're going to see saves, but every single one of those players that stepped up against McGregor did not look like they were going to miss. Fair play to them, they did well, they struck every single penalty fantastically. We on the other hand did not. I'm going to let Tav away with it because I don't think Tav did anything else other than making it a wee bit too easy for the goalkeeper. But Kamar Roof, I think that run-up was a little bit pathetic, if you ask me. That there is not the run-up of confidence to me. It was just weird how he did it. It was obvious where the ball was going, and we knew fine well that Zander Clark was getting to it. Well, I certainly did watching it. It was obvious. So again, running with the confidence side of things, there just wasn't enough there when it came to the penalties. And the Rangers side, they looked like they were going to miss. So, toss up, 50-50 competition at the end with the penalties. Congratulations to St Johnstone for getting through. But let's not be kidding, guys, I'm absolutely furious. I'm trying not to be too overly dramatic here, overly raging at the fact that once again, the treble opportunity that we had went and disappeared with St Mirren. We won the league emphatically, and there's no getting away from that was a fantastic achievement, and we've done so well to do so. But we throw away another cup tie against, let's not be kidded, a side that we should be classing as below us, right? They are the only other team so far this year to lift silverware. Fantastic. They've done great that way, but this is a team we should be overpowering. And ever since the title has been overwhelmingly decided, because it wasn't guaranteed that day, every single game after that, it just seems to be ever so slightly slipping down for me. And I hope that these guys get a good rest at the end of the season. I do, because it's clear and obvious that the boys have got to the stage where they're maybe a wee bit burnt out, and nobody can blame them. Nobody can blame them, because we've had overwhelming periods of time where it's just game after game after game. And as much as through the season I've said to myself that benefits us being able to keep going and not just stop, start, at the end of the season this wouldn't be just as normal, and we wouldn't have this kind of overwhelming time where we're trying to squeeze in a full cup competition in a matter of, I think it was a month and a half or something, I'm sure it is. So there is that. It's not an excuse, but I'm seeing it now that the boys are starting to kind of tail off, and I feel like when you watch performances like that, maybe again being a bit negative, just an opinion guys, I feel that this is when you can almost turn away from the undefeated season, because I feel as if it could slip through your fingers if you're going to keep putting performances in like that. Is it such a big thing now? To me, no, because the only other thing that mattered was the Scottish Cup, and not being able to get through a team like St Johnstone without sounding disrespectful, it's just not good enough. It isn't. I try not to sound too negative in videos at times, because I feel sometimes I can go on the negative side rather than focus on the positive. But I've gave you some positive stuff at the start of the video, but I need to get the negative side across, because let's not kind of beat around the bush. We have to be honest. That was disappointing. There's nobody going to turn around and go, oh well, we still won the league. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. This is losing games. The St Mirren game, this game, and every respect, the game on Wednesday, this is losing games in the last couple of minutes, maybe even sometimes the last dying seconds. So it's concentration levels that need to be addressed. Now, I'll give you a couple of positives before I go. Scott Wright on the park again, I think he played amazing. I think Ryan Kent once again was a very good talisman to have on the park. Yes, he made some mistakes, but I think he was good. Disappointing points for myself. I hated the fact that Alfie came off, because I feel like he still had a lot more to give. And again, being his critic, but I'll be honest, I thought that Alfie shouldn't have come off tonight. Slightly disappointed with Gerrard's decision, maybe not to play Arfield myself. I feel like Arfield would have been a better choice today. There's maybe another reason for that, but again, just my opinion. Comment section below to let me know what yours is. And if I'm honest, maybe just resting in your laurels a wee bit. I don't think there was too much impetus put on just how quick we needed to come out, because let's not be kidded, we look at the game on Wednesday, they played with a high tempo, and when they played with a high tempo tonight, they got past us very easily at times. But it was the same for us though. The minute we put a bit of pace in, we're playing quick passes, we were getting through and getting a chance on goal. But a lot of issues tonight, a lot of silly problems, a lot of things we could have got past, and let's not beat around the bush. Another wasted opportunity for silverware. I know it was only getting us to the quarter-finals, but what more could you ask for? Every team that's still in the competition, other than St Johnstone, to me, would seem like a decent game for us, a game we could have won. I'm very disappointed tonight, guys, and again, I apologise if it feels like a bit of a down video. Not too much we can sit here and really be happy about. So again, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for listening to me drone on about how disappointed I am. I hope you can take some good things from this, and maybe you agree with my opinion, maybe you don't. That's what the comment section's for, but let me know exactly what your feelings are. Thanks again though for coming along, listening to me jabber on about how disappointed I am we didn't manage to get through. But on to the next one. We have Celtic on Sunday. It's another Old Firm game. I think the word this season seems to be dead rubber for describing games that really don't matter. I think we'll get 3 left. My head's a wee bit away, so I apologise if I'll get more. I'm not really concentrating on how many games we'll get left actually, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure it is 3. But 3 games left. It's an Old Firm game, it needs to matter I suppose. I hope it doesn't have such a down experience and we start playing guys that aren't ready for the game, etc. Because the last thing the only thing that really matters to me now, we don't have an undefeated season carry on that really bothers me too much. If we get it, it's great, it's a fantastic achievement, but one thing that really will get me is if we can go the full season undefeated against Celtic, because they have managed to steamroll their way through for a long time and taking their decade of dominance nearly and taking this season and completely grinding it to nothing would be a lot more of a win to myself than an undefeated season, because unfortunately, other than pride, there's not much else you can really put them on a level with each other. Undefeated season's just one brilliant, unmatchable task at times. I know that other teams have done it. I don't mean unmatchable, impossible to do the same as what we have, but this season no other team has played like us in the league. And I would hate for these last 3 games to tarnish such a fantastic season, because if you take the cup competitions away, other than the Europa League to be fair, because I feel as if we stood well in the Europa, if you take the 2 cup competitions away, it's been a great season, it has. And again, I'm trying to end it on a nice bit of a positive note, guys, so we won't be too negative all the way to the very end. But yeah, so that's about enough for me tonight. I think I'm going to go and get myself to bed, back to work tomorrow. But once again, guys, happen every other Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, subscribe, like, comment, share it all over your socials to help us grow. Thanks again for all the new subscribers hitting in as well, and all the people dropping likes and comments. It's been very much appreciated. But I have been every other Saturday, and I will see you in the next one.